Hello there. Sit you down, get yourself a nice hot drink, something nice, and I have a story to tell you. I'm Egil. I am a warrior, runecaster, and of course a storyteller. And the story I'm going to tell you today is one you've probably heard of, even though you may not know the story, and that is Dick Whittington. Days of old, many years ago, when knights were bold and dragons still breathed fire, there lived a lad, a poor lad. Don't know where he came from, but he wanted to seek his fortune. He was as thin as a pencil. He was willing, very willing lad, and he thought he'd go to London. He heard the streets were paved with gold. Paved with something, but it certainly wasn't gold. Anyway, he walked along the road, the King's Highway, and there was a man with a cart who quite graciously allowed him to walk next to his cart without charging him. Very generous people in those days, not. And so Dick walked along, and they parted company in London. What part of London, I don't know. It's irrelevant. Dick tried to find work. Hi, me, sir. You wanna? I'll do a good job, sir. Get away. And people would hit him, and he was feeling a bit despondent. His stomach began to rumble. He hadn't eaten in days. Eventually, collapsed in the doorway of a merchant. "Hey, you, get out of the way," said the cook, and cuffed him. "Ow! What are you doing that for? I'm not doing you no harm." "Yes, you are now. God, clear off." And the merchant came. "Yeah, you heard her. Come on, sling your hook." He was tired, he was thirsty, he was hungry. He stood up, he tottered, put his hand out to steady himself, but it was too late. He collapsed. "Goodness me," said the merchant. "Can't have him dying on my doorstep. That's not good for form. Take him to the kitchen, get him some food and drink." Sure enough, he was taken down, and he was given food and some drink. The merchant's daughter took pity on him. She was a kind-hearted soul. And Dick said, "Look, I'll work, I'll do what I can." Yeah. The cook, really horrible. She'd hit him at every opportune moment. But there was a roof over his head and some food. But Dick wanted something better. On his time off, he sat looking along the street. The streets were not paved with gold. It was more like horse muck and lots of people. And a fine gentleman was there. "You, boy." "What? You?" "Well, me? Yeah, you. Come here." "Yes, sir. What do you want?" he said, taking his hat off. "Look, my shoes are dirty. I know it's a bit of a liberty, but if you'd clean them, I'd be most grateful. I have a very important client to see." "Okay," said Dick. Using his hat, he first of all scraped the mud off. Then he polished the shoes and did a tremendously good job. "My goodness me," said the rich man. "That looks really great. Thank you. Here's a penny for your trouble." Dick caught it. Wow. Penny, it's a start. Now then, one of the problems they had in that house were mice and rats. Why, only the other night, as he lay abed, he heard a squeaking, and then little feet going up and down. And once a rat crawled across his face. That is not acceptable. He walked along and he saw a woman with a beautiful pussycat. "Miss." "What?" "How much for your pussycat?" "Well," she said, it's a lot of money. Look, I've a penny, that's all I've got, but please sell me a pussycat." The cat rubbed against Dick's leg, his tail curled. "Oh, cat seems to like you," she said. "Oh, go on then, a penny's a penny. At least that's a pint of gin." Stuck it in her pocket, gave him the pussycat, went back. At last he got a friend, somebody who didn't beat him, somebody who didn't judge him, somebody who didn't call him names. And Dick and the pussycat got on well. The cat was a brilliant mouser. There were lots of mice and rats that the cat killed. He got quite tubby and was a contented pussycat. The merchant, he got this big deal out east and he wanted everyone to share in it. And he said, look, to the servants, you put stuff in, I'll guarantee you're going to come back rich. So they all agreed, yeah, okay, that's fine, great. But Dick wasn't there. Where's Dick? Oh, he's got nothing, said the cook. All he's got is that cat. But, okay, said the merchant. Dick, sir, you and the pussycat, you come on the voyage with us. I'm sure the cat can have a good living. You will become a rich man. Okay, said Dick. Grabbed his pussycat and got on board the ship. They sailed for days and days and days. Days became weeks, weeks became months, and eventually they came to where the sun shone each and every day. There was no difference between summer and winter. Autumn never happened, neither did spring. It was a rich land, and the people wore silks and fancy headgears. The merchant went to his palace, and there was the leader, a rich man. His name I can't pronounce. Dick certainly couldn't. Sultan, he said, bring rich treasures. What? Said the Sultan, pointing his finger. What is that boy doing? Oh, sir, he's a poor boy. He's only got a pussycat, but that pussycat is one of the best mousers you'll ever see. Mouser? Mouser? That would be very useful for me, for we have many rats, many mice, and we have things I don't want in my house, you know. It scares my harem. I will pay greatly if this cat is as good as you say. You boy, hand over your cat. Poor little Tibby. See, Tibby is his name. Okay, said Dick. You be a good pussycat. You catch all those mice. Don't let me down. Wow, said the cat. And off he went, tail in the air. All that night there was squeaking and squeals of terror. And in the morning the Sultan saw lines of mice and rats dead. It does my heart good to see this. I want that cat. And he paid a fortune for it. Far better than any of the servants and the rubbish they bought. And they went back to London. And everybody seemed to like Dick for all of a sudden. He was quite a wealthy man and everybody couldn't do enough for it, thought. So it's different from when I left. And the merchant said, stay at my house. So Dick stayed at the house. He bought some clothes, he combed his hair, he had a good wash. By gum he needed it. And he looked quite presentable. But it didn't go to his head. He wasn't arrogant like some people are when they get money. And he used to sit and chat to the merchant's daughter, who fell in love with him. And he fell in love with her. And the merchant thought, well, he's not a bad lad. Okay. He's done well. When he came to me, he was in rags. Now look at him. All right, I helped him, but, you know, he bought the pussycat. By the way, he's got another pussycat as well now. And so it was. Dick Whittington married the merchant's daughter. They lived very, very happily for many years, getting fame and fortune in London, where he became mayor eventually. And when that was done, they retired to York. And all the children were grown up and healthy, and they always had pussycats. And that is the end of my story. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Until we meet again. Oh, by the way, don't forget to press folklore, hashtag folklore, and we'll get back to you. So, I've just got my multi-tool back. So until we meet again, have a good time. Oh, don't forget, keep with those nice hot dreams.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me,